Hello, I am Ferdinand. Welcome to Anything IT YouTube channel. I want to say thank you for liking, subscribing, and watching my videos. You are very huge encouragement to me, and that helps me to do more. So sincerely, say from my heart, thank you for your support. In this tutorial, we are going to install Active Directory users and computers. So let's start. There are two ways of accessing Active Directory and computers. One of them is to come over here to Tools menu and scroll down here, you see Active Directory users and computers. And the other option is to come to your start button, click on Windows Administrative Tools, and you scroll down here, you see Active Directory users and computers. All right, so I click here, it opens. Then normally as you come in, you see your domain this way. So you click on your domain, open the domain, and then all these folders are created there by default. You have these are built-in components in your server, and then as in your domain controller, which is your Windows Server computer, nothing there right now. Foreign security principle, no one defined yet. We are coming to users. So you click on users and you have all these created in there. You have administrator, search publisher, and the rest of them down. Domain guests, domain users. Now, by default, every computer or user that is added in your domain is a domain user, okay? Until you create different groups and OUs and put them into those different groups and OU. But even then, when you add them to groups and OUs, you're going to see that there will be default domain users and then, those group members as the case may be. And then every other computer that is added by default is a part of the group domain computer. All right, so here now, we're going to right click here and come to new, scroll down to, these are all the things you can create, all the different items you can create in your domain. But we are coming to users. So we are going to create new user and we are going to call this user John Doe. Okay, logon name John D. All right, then we'll click on next, create a password, confirm password. Now is a good practice to change password at next logon. So we are going to leave this check, okay? But these other options are there. You don't want user to change password, you click on this. If you want password not to expire, accounts is disabled. This one, you do it when probably you have someone coming into the company, maybe to start next week. The person has already gone through interview and everything. So go create accounts and then maybe disable the account ending when the person resumes. All you need to do is just come in and enable the account, okay? And then the particular employee can use the account. All right, we click on next. This is a summary of it, and then click finish, and that's done. So this is the account we've just created. You can right click, come to properties, and then you see all the details about this particular person. So we didn't add anything, so you just see the name and that. Just see the name of the user here, and we've not added any other thing. No description, no face, no email, no phone number, come to address, everything is blank as that. The thing you're going to see here now is, the domain user, like I said earlier. This guy we just created by default is a member of the domain user. So by the time you create OUs and groups and add this guy to maybe IT, sales, HR account or whatever, it becomes a member of the domain users and that new OU or group you have added him to, okay? So click OK, and the next thing we are going to do is to, power on our client machine and log in. That's what we are going to do. There is a video I've already done on how to create computer for the new user. So go and watch how to install Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 11, and all that. There's a video tutorial on that. You can just install that in your VirtualBox and then go in there and log in. So while we are waiting for the system to come up, can just first of all log in here with this guy, and let's log in here with this guy and change the password before we go on the other way. All right, so I want to log in with other user, and remember again, the guy's name is John Doe. Call him John D. And his password. So we click there, and it tells us the password must be changed before signing in. We say okay. So I create a password for the new system. Let's make it different from the old one. And what I'm using is almost the same. So change the password. Password has been changed. So I say okay. That's congratulations. The sign-in method you are trying to use isn't allowed. For more information, contact your network administrator. Okay. All right, so that's done. Now try to log in the server. Of course, you should not allow any user to log on a server who is not the administrator. All right, so that's a good one there. We'll now go over to our PC and log in there. Okay, so to add this VM NAT domain, we have to come over to our network. We'll come to our network, open network, and make this vertical IP. So we get into it. I'm sure you know how to do this already. I have a tutorial on that in the platform. So you just follow the step anyway. So you give it a static IP. And to come into it, and let me get the IP. Now I have here 56.104. 56.104. That's the IP of this system. 192.168.56.105. All right. Out of that. 104 rather. 104. Okay. Then subnets 255.255.255.0 gateway. Of course, the gateway is .1. Okay, there's no gateway, but we're not going to bother about that anyway. And then we'll go over to the server. From the server, we are going to get the IP of the server, and we are going to use it here as our DNS. Let me see, 192.168.56. Let's confirm what the other one is. Okay, fine. So I'll come over to the server now, and this is, you see, server manager here. This is the server IP. Okay, so 192.168.56.105. So this is going to be our DNS. All right, so we'll go back to the VM now and add it. That user one, we are going to add it to the domain. Okay, let's go back to the VM. Okay, so back to the VM now. 105, that is what is on that server. So that server is our domain name system or server, so you may call it. All right, so we click OK. Right now we don't need the gateway. Guys, let me quickly show you something on the VirtualBox Manager. The VirtualBox Manager, I'm on the server. I come over to settings, and I want to show you my network so that you will not have a problem. If you don't do the same thing I've done, you're going to have a problem likely. Now, in my network, my server is connected to host only adapter. Know that you can add more than one network interface to your VM. Okay, you can use NAT, and then you add the second network interface and pick maybe host only adapter, or you can come to you can use NAT network or internal network. I'm going to do another tutorial on the VirtualBox network. Okay, but if you use NAT, the issue with NAT is that all the VMs will have problems. serious problem. You will try over and over, it will not work. Okay, so I'm going to do another tutorial on the network. This network adapter one is on host only adapter, which is that the VMs are picking IP from the host machine. Okay, they are all connected with the host machine, so the host machine is giving them IP. If you come to my VM Win10, it's the same thing. My network, I use host only adapter. If you are using this one for internet, you can add second adapter and connect it to host only adapter, or you can go ahead and pick NAT networks and configure it with your own IP. Okay, so that's very important. And let's go back to the VM, to the Windows 10. I'll add it up, Windows 10 machine. Now, before we go on, let's just confirm the IP and the DNS first before we go on. So good, our DNS is activated. Okay, so now we go over to Windows Start menu, right click on the Start, select System, then we will scroll down to rename this PC, and then we'll click on change the computer name. And remember that this the user we added in the server is John Doe. We'll call him John D. That's the login we gave him. And then we add it to the domain. Remember again, a domain is anythingit.com. All right. That's it. And we click on OK. So can now join the domain. Okay, so yeah, that's in the server. And now we have to enter the username, which is John D. Then the password. I think I still remember my password. I click OK to log in now. Yeah, welcome to the anythingit.com domain. I'll click OK, and it's going to ask me to reboot primary domain DNS. Okay, so it's asking me now to restart my PC. Click OK. As I close, it's going to ask me to restart. Okay, so restart now. Okay, so computer just restarted. Now the original user after deployments is user 1, but now this VM has joined the domain, so we are going to log in with other user. All right, and again, the user this PC belongs to John Doe. So we now sign into anything IT. Okay, click sign in. See there that as I entered, the username just came up and showed the name of the employee as John Doe. So it's going to go through the initial process of Windows setup, since it's just a new profile. Okay, then it will launch you to the desktop. Okay, so successfully logged in now. So we have just joined the domain. Now this is the guy, John Doe. All right, that's number one, to show that you have joined the domain. The username is John Doe. The second thing is that right click again and go to the domain, to our system, and check the domain to confirm that yeah, it's been done. Okay, all right, so this is it. So as I come there and try to change the PC name and domain, it's asking me for admin password. So this is the domain administrator's password. As a user, you can do that. Look at it here. It shows that it now belongs to this domain, anything IT. So as a user, you cannot use your own credentials. Let's try it here. J-O-H. Sorry. So let's try to change it now and see if it's going. So it said the request start operation, the requested operation requires elevation. So we have to elevate or escalate to a domain administrator. All right. So that's what shows that we are now a part of the domain. When we came in earlier and tried to change it, it changed when we entered as user 1, there was no issue changing it. Now we have changed it, join the domain, so you cannot come back again as a user and change the name and the domain. You must enter the domain administrator password before that will work. All right, so that's it, a good one there. Then we'll also go back to the server to confirm. Let me just show you that, yeah, it has joined the domain. Let's go over to the server now. And so we're on the server now. Let's get over to Active Directory computers and users. Okay, and here you come and you see John D under computers. Computer has been added. All right, so full member of the domain now. So that's just a quick one there. The next one, well, most likely we'll be talking about OUs and we'll just keep progressing. So thank you guys for watching. It's been a good time. I do not take it for granted. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos, and thank you very much for your support. See you again in the next video. Peace.